Without further ado, let me just say that the fact that a woman of this stature, who has been involved in the most important issues around the world, the fact that she views Mayor Burk as one of her best and closest friends says a lot about Kelly Burk. Secretary Albright.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful welcome. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm going to try to look at you, but it's really hard with that wonderful scenery back there and this beautiful place. I have a farm in Loudoun County in Hillsborough, and I always love coming out and seeing this beautiful, beautiful county and everything about it, and I often wonder why I go back and live in the swamp. I do think that it is my honor to be here with all of you and to be here on behalf of my best friend, Kelly Burk. Kelly and I met, we were just talking about that maybe 10 years ago, and she was very involved in literacy and education. And then when she started thinking about running, I was very happy to be able to support her, and I will come out anytime that she wants me to. I think that Kelly is the epitome of a public servant who deeply cares about the people that she serves and the issues that are out there, and cares about the environment and growth and people and issues of a town that is outside of Washington, and many, many different aspects, and very much identifies with her constituents. I think it's a very important relationship, and it's not often that people have the opportunity to vote for somebody that is so concerned about them and not him or herself. And I think that is what makes a great public servant. So I'm delighted to be out here on her behalf. I would like to, if you don't mind, just kind of put things into context a little bit and why this election here in this wonderful town is so important. I think this is a very peculiar time when a lot of people are doubting what democracy is about, are asking questions about what the public officials do, what do they owe each other, and what is really happening. And what is happening in the world. The world is a mess. That's a diplomatic term of art. And it is a time where America's role is very important. And as I was introduced, I have to tell you, nothing made me prouder than to sit behind a sign that said the United States. I am a refugee. And one of the parts I have to say is that we did spend the war in England. My father was a Czechoslovak diplomat, and he was with the government in exile. And I spent World War II in London during the Blitz. Then we went back. My father was an ambassador in Yugoslavia. And then the communists took over, and we came here. And the thing that he said that I think was so important was, and epitomizes a lot about this country. He said, when we were in England, people were very nice. They said, we're so sorry your country's been taken over by a terrible dictator. You're welcome here. What can we do to help you? And when are you going home? When we came to the United States, people said, we're so sorry your country's been taken over by a terrible system. You're welcome here. What can we do to help you? And when will you become a citizen? And my father said, that is what makes America different from every other place in the world. One of the things I love to do is to give people naturalization certificates. And the first time I did it was on July 4th, 2000 at Monticello. I figured I had his job, I could be at Thomas Jefferson's house. And I loved doing it. I couldn't swear people in because I'm not an officer of the law. But I could give them their certificates. So I did it, and all of a sudden I heard this man saying, can you believe I'm a refugee? And I got my naturalization certificate from the Secretary of State. And I went up to him and I said, can you believe that a refugee is Secretary of State? And that is also what makes America great. So I am troubled about what is going on now, and I did write this book with kind of a bland title. Some people say it's alarming. It's supposed to be alarming because we are going through a very difficult time. And we all know the saying, see something, say something. I have added to that, do something. And among the things that we need to do is tell it like it is. It is important for the leader of our country to not think that he's above the law. It is important to honor the judiciary. It is important to understand our institutions and to make sure that the free press is seen as the protector of the people. But the main point that really fits in today is that people need to run for office, and those of us that are not need to support the people that are running for office. And so that is why I'm so pleased to be here for Kelly. And then I do think we need to do something that's hard, which is talk to people that we disagree with. I don't like the word tolerance because it's tolerate and put up with. I actually think we need to respect their views and talk. That is very important. And then finally, there is no book or speech that's ever been given that doesn't quote Robert Frost. And the quote I like is, "The older I get, the younger are my teachers." And that's why I am just thrilled and amazed in watching the young people, which is where we really met in a high school setting, and what those kids at Parkland have done. And we need to help them and get them into the system and make them realize that they are the future that we need. But as we wait for them, now we're going to have Kelly. So Kelly, thank you so much for everything you're doing, because you are the epitome of what is needed at this time in terms of somebody who truly cares.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to be able to be here today with you, so thank you very much.